Hi, I'm Laura Ries, and I'm here to help you build a better brand in 2012. 30 years ago, my partner and father co-authored this book, Positioning: The Battle for Your Mind. Just 2 years ago, readers of Advertising Age magazine voted it the best book they ever read on marketing. What is positioning? Owning a word in the mind. That's a brand, owning a word in the mind. Yet positioning has a weakness, a big weakness in today's marketplace, because positioning is a total verbal approach. It's about using words. What I realized is that the best way into the mind is not with words at all. The best way into the mind of the consumer is with visuals. What's the difference? Well, this word baby just says baby. Compared to this visual picture of a baby, my baby. Oh. What's the difference? Visuals have an emotional power. Visuals connect emotionally with consumers. Consumers get excited by them, and they also remember them. There was a famous research study done by a professor where he took people and showed them 10,000 visuals for 5 seconds each over a 5-day period. Lots and lots of images. That's only 40. You have 9,960 to go if you're in the study. 5 days later, he wanted to see how many people could remember. So he showed them one they had seen and one they had not. Amazingly, the people remembered 70% of the visuals they had seen. That's pretty remarkable. Try doing that with words. Try presenting people with 10,000 slogans. You think they could remember any of them 5 days later? I don't think so. Yet almost every brand these days has a verbal message and a verbal approach. They're all using words. But less than 1% use what I call a visual hammer. Not just a logo, but a hammer. What's a visual hammer? Well, Visual Hammer is the title of my new book, and it's also the best way for you to build your brand. The Marlboro cowboy is an excellent example of a visual hammer. It's the world's best-selling cigarette, and it was built by that cowboy. Today, Marlboro has 43% of the U.S. market. But a visual hammer is not enough. It's not just the cowboy, but it's also the verbal nail that goes along with it, because the cowboy visual is hammering in the idea that it's the first masculine cigarette. But it's the power, emotional power of that cowboy that was so important. Or take Coca-Cola. The verbal nail for Coca-Cola is that it's the real thing, the original, the authentic. But what delivers that message? It's that contour bottle. That's their visual hammer. That powerful combination of a nail and hammer has built the world's most powerful brand. Now today people don't drink cola in bottles too much anymore, so they use that image everywhere. They reinforce it on the can, on the cup, all over the place. And has done great things for Coca-Cola. Pepsi used to be in second place, but no longer. Today it's Diet Coke. Where would Aflac be without the duck? It'd be pretty tough, let me tell you. Before Aflac had the duck, they had 12% name recognition. After the duck, today, 94% name recognition. That's pretty amazing for an insurance brand. Where would Susan G. Komen for the Cure be? Without the ribbon. Pretty amazing what that visual hammer has done for that brand. Think about it. Today, they are the world's largest nonprofit. Amazing stuff. Apple improved their hammer. While multiple colors might be pretty, they're not as powerful as using a single color. Today, Apple is a white apple. Another memorable hammer is Target's Target. The verbal nail for Target, it's the cheap chic place to shop. And they use that hammer of the Target on their stores, on their shopping bags, their advertising, and just about everything, even the poor dog. It's a powerful visual hammer that connects emotionally with consumers. There's been hundreds of imported beers on the market, but which beer is number one? The one with the visual hammer. That's Corona Extra with that lime on top of the bottle. Made people notice, hey, what's that over there? What's he drinking with that lime? It's important. The best-selling Australian wine, the one with the visual hammer, that's Yellowtail. Again, connecting the name with the visual hammer. It's a good strategy. E-Trade's hammer? Well, it's those talking babies everyone loves to talk about. And of course, the message, so easy, even a baby can do it. The verbal nail for Tropicana, not from concentrate. But again, that's just a verbal approach. It's that hammer that hammers the idea, the visual hammer of the orange with the straw. Today, Tropicana has a more than 30% market share. The verbal nail for Mercedes-Benz, Prestige. The visual hammer is their beautiful, simple TriStar that's as big as they can make it in the front grille of the car, and consumers love it. The verbal nail for BMW, the ultimate driving machine. But the visual that hammered that idea in were the TV commercials showing the driving on winding roads. It's hard to miss a McDonald's driving down the road because of the enormous Golden Arches visual hammer. The world's largest chicken chain is KFC. But it's not the name people see, it's that big face of Colonel Sanders on the building. That's a very important visual hammer for the brand. Hey, Ralph Lauren is a good brand, but it's a much better brand with the addition of the visual hammer, that polo player. That's what makes it powerful. Hey, do you have a visual hammer? Listen, it's 2012. You gotta have one if you want your brand to succeed. Even Tim Tebow here has got a visual hammer. To build a strong brand, you need 3 things: a verbal nail, a visual hammer, and a copy of my new book. I'm Ries, and this has been all about the visual hammer.